they wanted to do. So many people around stopped what they wanted to achieve, stopped their goals, stopped walking the path they were walking because they tried and things were not working. One thing that most of the people don't understand is sometimes God does not give us what we are asking for, but He gives us something to test how good we can be with what we are asking for. Sometimes you are asking for a job. You are a graduate. You are asking for a job. But God is pushing you to start a very small business that gives you some income. And you're looking at it and you're like, this is not what I'm asking for. God was trying to tell you that you never needed a job, but you needed to start your own company. You needed to be the employer. But when He tests you with a small thing that pushes you towards becoming the bigger thing, we never see, because what we are asking for, we ask for the things we can achieve. We ask God for bread, and instead of God giving us bread, God gives us water. And then we lose hope. Sometimes you're asking for bread and God is giving you flour. Sometimes you're asking God for bread, God is giving you just donuts. You know, sometimes you could be asking for the things that you can achieve, the things that you can get. But God is giving you something else in disguise of helping you to understand that you are bigger than what you're asking for. But at first, He has to test your capacity to take what is yours that He plans for you. So when you are asking for a job and the job is not coming, and God is just showing you some small kiosk around your village, God is showing you some kind of, startups that you can do. God is giving you some skills. God is just taking you to these conferences. God is showing you videos on YouTube, on TikTok, about coaching, about becoming a coach, about, spreading, using the skills that you've been given to find a job. But then, because you are so much into getting a job, you do not listen to that voice. That is why you do not ask God for bread. You ask God for the bakery. You do not ask God for a job. You ask God for a source of income. When you pray as a job seeker, you don't pray and tell God that, God, all I need is a job. You tell God, all I need is a source of income. And God reveals to you what you're supposed to be getting. But most of us have missed it, because when God shows us these things, somebody told me that God works in a very funny way. And I don't know why it happens, but we believe, we are believers. We are all believers. We believe that all these are working from God Himself. So He gives us a test. He takes us through some seasons. Sometimes your life is so difficult. You are looking for a job and you're not getting one. The people you thought could help you, even your close associates, your uncles who told you when you are in high school or when you are in college that, oh, just do it. Once you're done, just give me your papers. I'll connect you to people who are going to give you a job. After you graduated, they are nowhere to be seen. And you are so much involved on why my uncle is not helping me than why is God not making it happen between me and my uncle. God is redirecting you to something bigger. Most of us ask for bread. We never ask for the bakery. So we are so much into why uncle is not, responding to my messages. And yet he said that after my graduation, I should give him my papers. God hides your uncle away from you. And that's how he works. As a believer, you need to understand that that's how God works. And the reason why people have never understood why God works in mysterious ways is, and by the way, this time, these seasons, we need to understand this easily. We have a lot of enemies around us. And sometimes God tries to hide you away from the enemies. He tries to push you away from the people who can interfere with the purpose He has put on your head. That's why sometimes, he's trying, you are really trying, you are asking for bread and you're not getting it. The things that are coming your way are just small donuts. Some of the people call them, in Kenya, it's called kangumu, right? Previously, it was called something. I don't know. There was a very tough name. I don't know that they used to call it. So you only need to know what God is trying to speak to you. Guys, we are live on Facebook and we are live on TikTok. So this video is available. Those who are watching me on Facebook, you can find it on Facebook. It will be there forever. On TikTok, perhaps you will watch it and you'll never get it again. So guys, God should always be accepted the way He deals with things. And if you want to know how God gives us things, then ask for bread. You'll never get it. It will be hard to get the bread. But the reason why, it is always that God doesn't just give you the thing you're asking for. He makes you work for it. So how does that happen? When you ask for a bakery, God gives you the wisdom, the strength, the knowledge to work towards the bakery. What you're looking for is a bread, but you're not asking for the bread. What you're looking for is a job. You're not asking for a job. You're asking God for a source of income. God helps you to understand that before you get a source of income, you need to acquire some skills. If you're asking God for a job, the next day you land a job and you don't have skills that can make you to survive in that job. But you insist, you want God to bless you with a job. You keep on placing CV here and CV there, CV here and CV there, and before you know it, you find a job that is going to pay you some little amount of money, and then that's how your life starts to go down. Let me tell you guys, this is funny because you see, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a billionaire that is fully employed? Like the only source of income that that billionaire has is the employment. That guy is earning a salary every single month, and because of that, he became a billionaire. If you've ever met one, you can raise your hand, or you can say, I know one, and mention them. There's none. Every billionaire that you will see around is either doing a business or is doing something that is so unique. He is the only one who can do that. And they are countable. You will see around the world, you'll see that, oh, this is one of those few that are available. And you see, for you to become the few that are available, you must not ask God for bread, you must ask God for a bakery. And when you ask God for bakery, you might land on bread, but with more skills and more advanced you than when God gives you just the bread. So God answers prayers, by the way. He answers prayers to those who pray and work for it. But what He does is, He doesn't answer prayer by throwing bread from the heavens. He answers prayers by giving us wisdom that allows us to search, to work hard, to look for what is meant for us. So if you're asking for bread, you're going to get wisdom that will only allow you to have the bread. But when you ask for a bakery, you will get the wisdom that will allow you to make bread that will not only serve your lunch or your dinner, will serve you forever. So, what is my point today? Go beyond what you can achieve. Ask for things that you cannot achieve. Your goals should be beyond what your eyes can see. If you can afford to save in a year 10,000 US dollars, put your goal at 15,000 US dollars. Trust me, you will achieve to save 10,000 US dollars. If you can achieve, if in your eye, if in your space, you can see that what you can achieve as a savings is 100,000 US dollars, don't put that as your goal. Put 150,000 US dollars in a year. Right? Thank you for the gift. To be your goal. Trust me, you will be able to save 100,000 US dollars in a year. This is our problem. I am earning a certain amount of money. Then I know that this is much I can save. So I put something that I can achieve. You know, this is the much I can achieve. Let me tell you, you will never achieve it. What happens is you will come closer to achieving it. That is how it happens. And that's why most of the people have remained where they are to date. They can't move. Poverty level can't leave you because you are assessing yourself and you are gauging yourself with what you think you can achieve. Listen, you can achieve it as a human being. As a man, I can see that I can achieve to save 50,000 US dollars. But God sees you in another level. So you need to speak to God to give you the bakery, not the bread. So if your bread is 50,000 US dollars, tell God that, you know, God, what I need is 50,000 US dollars. But I know that through your wisdom, I can get to 100,000 US dollars. He will give you the wisdom. Let me tell you, that is something that personally I have tried, tested, and I know it works. Only for the believers, by the way. I'm not speaking to somebody who doesn't know who God is, but I'm speaking to a believer. Not a believer that goes to church every Sunday to pray. A believer that gets out of the door every single day to work. Not prayer warriors. Let me tell you, this is not for the prayer warriors. This is for the people who wake up in the morning and work. They know that God lives and they pray every Sunday, but Monday they're outside there working. How to pray? We pray by placing our targets higher than what we can achieve, because God does not see you the same way you see yourself. He sees you more. He sees you better. He sees you bigger. He has a purpose for you. But that purpose, you can never achieve it until you ask for the bakery. Stop asking for bread. People are all over the place asking for a man who can love them. People are all over the place asking for women who can be loyal. People are all over the place asking for women who can stay. People are all over the place asking for men who can stay. But God is telling you that, oh, I had planned to give you a woman who can make a home. Ask God for a home. Stop asking God for a woman. Pray that God can give you a home. That is the bakery. Stop praying that, oh God, give me a woman who can love me. Oh, give me a woman who can, give me a man who can be loyal. No. Pray and ask God to give you a home. God is going to give you the wisdom, the power to discern, the power to see through any human being that is walking, that this guy is rightful for me. That this woman, this is where my rib is. That this man, this is where my loyalty is. Let me tell you, all men can be loyal. And again, all men can never be loyal. All women can respect men. But again, all women might not respect all the men. When you ask God, when you speak to God and you ask God for a home, He gives you the person who can accord you the respect that you want. But when you're telling God that I need a woman who can love me, you'll find a woman who can love you. Within a short period of time, they're gone. You guys, we meet women that we can call for 5 hours a day. When relationship starts, what you guys do? We take mobile phone and we call. Sometimes some of us climb even the, what we call them, the ceiling. But with the phone held in between their ear and their shoulders, just because they're talking to the women and men they love. Does it last? Does that kind of conversation last for years or for months? It doesn't. So stop asking God for bread and go for the bakery. God knows what you deserve. It is not love that you're looking for. God understands what you deserve. Don't help him. Let him help you to understand. Don't tell him you need the bread. He understands. Just tell him, God, what I need is a bakery. You will have more than bread. Keep smiling and see you next time.